States. I live in Gulf Breeze, Florida. I wanted to speak a little bit about my personal experience with ayahuasca, which is a psychedelic that I took down in Peru. And I've actually done ayahuasca in 6 ceremonies. I have a lot of thoughts about it. I think the reason why I got a calling from Mother Ayahuasca is I had a lot of family members that died around me, and I started feeling like a little anxious about my life and the dying process. And I just felt like I'd become this middle-aged, middle-class woman. I just felt like I was empty. I decided to do a little research on it and decided to just try it out. My husband, who's a doctor, had done it back right before COVID, and I saw the results in him, even though I was a little bit suspicious because it sounded like it was a little extreme for me. One day I just made up my mind and I just pulled on the side of the road and I booked my flight to Peru, and I contacted the retreat area, and I told them that I was going to do 1 week with them and then 1 week to visit the Machu Picchu in Peru. So, well, the 2 weeks prior to the first ceremony, there was a lot of dieting, and I think that was kind of difficult for me because I'd never really given up anything in my life. I think I always had everything. I mean, I had a great childhood, didn't have any problems with alcohol, didn't have any problems with drugs. So that was kind of the first step, was to do the dieting. First 3 days, we had a lot of preparation. We did some meditation. And on my very first night, I didn't really feel like I was getting anything of the ayahuasca. I felt nauseous and I felt like I could control this. And I thought to myself, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I don't need this, but I'm just going to do it because I spent all my savings money on that. So something has to come out of it. The second day was a complete different experience. It was very chaotic. I literally threw up demons for several hours. I think it was coming out from the front and the back. When the facilitators were taking me to the bathroom, I kept telling them, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I made a mistake. I wanted to stop. I just really needed it to stop. I just felt that I was trapped in hell, and I just could not come out of the hell that I was in. And it felt more like I was strangled by the ayahuasca vine. The maestro was singing for me and trying to guide the medicine for me. And I was in such control, and I could feel that I needed to control this experience, that I was not going to be able to get better by letting go. And so for several hours, I hang on to everything. And then I started hearing this voice that was coming from above. And I know it sounds completely crazy because it's hard to put it in words. I heard this voice that told me to come, and some little gray hands from above. And I could hear this voice telling me to come and come. And I just couldn't figure out how to get up there. And I just said, I don't know how to come. I'm locked. I'm trapped. And then I just decided that there was no control. I couldn't control the medicine. I just had to allow the medicine to do its work. I decided to just let go of my control, and I said, okay, I'm surrendering, and I'm ready to let go of my control. I remember feeling that my body was just kind of coming up towards this light. I started feeling like I was at peace, and then suddenly I was awake. And I remember just holding on to my little mat, and I said, what the fuck just happened? I was just in such shock. I just felt like my mind was normal, and it was just the weirdest psychedelic experience I'd ever had. I have never done LSD. I've done a little bit of mushrooms, but just to dance, and I've never really had that experience, that psychedelic experience. It was just very, very intense. And then the third night, it was a beautiful experience. Mother Ayahuasca came to me and showed me my little gray heart, and she said that she could give me a bigger larger heart, and I truly felt that my left breast was getting bigger and bigger. I talked to her, and she told me that she was going to give me a heart that I could use, and I could go back home and love my family. And I remember crying. I don't want to cry right now. I remember crying so much because I just felt like I wasn't going to be able to survive without ayahuasca, Mother Ayahuasca. And I was so scared that I was going to be by myself, and I was going to go back to my little life and just not be true to myself. And I remember Mother Ayahuasca telling me that she was always going to be with me. She was always going to be in my heart. And I could always talk to her. And that I had to go home, and I had to do the right thing with my family, and I had to show them more love and more affection with my kids. And then I woke up. After several hours, I woke up, and it was just a change, like life-changing experience for me. And when I got home, I realized that there was a lot of weight that was lifted of me, and that my purpose in life was not the same. I think I became more spiritual. I started feeling like I understood that there was something so much bigger than me, that my little life on this earth, in my little town that I live in, Florida, and this psychedelic gave me the experience. It gave me the experience, I should say that. She gave me the courage to really find out who I truly was. And I just want to say that ayahuasca is not just for people that, have personal trauma, because I don't have personal trauma. And it's not just for people that, there are alcoholics or, drug addicts. There's so much more than that to psychedelic. I feel that it reset my brain. And I was able to see clarity in everything that I was doing. And I feel that, I don't know why I'm talking like this, sorry. I feel that my path is really switched at the age of, I'm turning 52 in a couple of days. So I feel that my path is completely switched from when I did it in November of 2022 last year. And I just feel like I have more clarity. My brain is reset. I have eliminated like toxic relationships. I'm more focused on loving my family, and I think I've become more spiritual, and I've become more accepting of something that is bigger. And I don't know, we talk about God, but I just feel like I just felt the energy. I felt the creator, and I just feel that I needed to connect with the super creator, because I'd been atheist for the last 30 years. And after feeling this experience, it really has changed my life, where I feel that I do believe in the creator, and I do believe that everything around me is created. It's just hard for me to explain, but after this experience in November of 2022, I decided to go back in June of 2023 for another retreat with my husband. I had a very different experience. And again, it just helped me reset my brain, put me on my path. And the reason why I went back for a second retreat is because I just felt like I needed something else. And I had another calling, and that's why I went back a second time. And so in conclusion, ayahuasca really did change my life. I just feel like it's something that is very intense. It's not for everyone. But when I hear my friends complain and they feel depressed and they're on depression medication, and the amount of alcohol they drink, I just think that there is something different, and it's so extreme. I'm sorry that they feel that it's just too much for them, but it is a drug that has been used for so many years in indigenous country. And I feel like, the rest of the world is missing out on all the good that it could bring to our life. If I am making this video, it's because I do truly feel that there's so much to this medicine. and we have to open our eyes, and we have to trust that it was put on earth by God, the creator, to help us. But thank you for letting me share this. Obviously this is like very condensed, and I hope it can make a difference. So thank you.